The Horde mentality. The 8th of February, 2025. If one child is being favored over another, considered to be the source of delight and joy in the family, while the other is not, then might the other child just lay low, do nothing, and have the favored one contribute to the welfare of the family. In other words, this is what was claimed, right? Prosperity comes from the first child, so why would the other child do anything? Especially if no matter what the other child does, it is not appreciated by the family. In a wild conversation about the revolution, where a woman had lost her children and she is bereaved, is it wise to tell her to respect other people's opinions about the cause of her children's death? If a child dies in a conflict, should their parents continue to support the opposition? Should the parents who have lost their child still side with the army that is supposed to fight for the liberation of the country? In fact, do the parents have to do anything for the sake of anything patriotic when their children had died already? It is true that losing a child to conflicts is not similar to crying out for justice for them from people who do not relate to them in kinship. If a child dies, their parents are more deserving of the right to ask for closure and justice. People who cry out for justice to the martyrs who had not lost a child or a relative to the conflict should not keep preaching patriotism. They do not know what it means to lose someone, or why should they be given a right to speak about them, and why would they be given a right to say we have lost many people to the conflict, if they have not lost anyone close to them. In fact, it makes it even more irritating that this attitude would only cause them to become more patriotic, if and when they actually do lose a child. Instead of mourning for the child they had lost, they would make it an excuse to call out for justice even harder and harsher, thinking that by losing a child of their own, they would be more right in the eyes of the law. You were no right in the eyes of the law in the beginning when you told a bereaved woman to respect the revolution. She had lost a child. She should not care for the revolution. In fact, she should hold a grudge against it for all that matters. Was the revolution not the reason why she lost a child? She should be wrathful against everyone who claims to be a proponent of revolution and fighting. She would want that the conflict be resolved so that no other children would die, and therefore she would be more suitable to speak about conflict resolution than those who speak about politics for the sole reason that everyone else is doing it. The horde mentality. What she asks for, as a mother who had lost her children to the conflict, would be more righteous than what those who took politics as a mainstream profession. She would be more righteous than those who speak about politics because they think it is their right for an opinion. Politics does not matter in the end. It is just child's play. سبحان الحي الذي لا يموت رب الملائكة والروح. سبحان الحي الذي لا يموت رب الملائكة والروح.